Please welcome to the show, Kaitlyn Clark. Kaitlyn, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back? Cheers.
Excited to be
Cheers.
back. Don't worry. I got this nice throwback theater.
Well played.
Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. From the second she appeared on screen, it was clear. This wasn't going to be your typical feel-good segment. It was raw. It was real.
Product placement.
There we
Well
go.
played. Our show loves it. Our show loves it.
Kaitlyn Clark, the name on everyone's lips, just dropped a bombshell interview that's got the entire basketball world in a frenzy. This wasn't your typical cookie-cutter sports chat. Imagine a raw, unfiltered conversation, the kind where legends spill the real tea, and the rising star isn't holding back anything. We're talking locker room whispers, college rivalries revisited, and a side of Kaitlyn you haven't seen before, all served with her signature wit. Ready to dive into what went down and why everyone is buzzing? Buckle up, because Kaitlyn Clark just ripped back the curtain, and you won't believe what she revealed.
What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're gonna see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're gonna come with some grown women that've been playing professional basketball for a long time.
Congrats on
you've
your
been watching the
retirement,
first
D.
half.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Now-
to you.
Unfortunately,
Well,
reality is
thanks.
coming to me now.
What's your big plans?
in early.
What are you going to do?
I keep telling Sue I thought I was going to have all this time to do all these things. I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible.
We'll see. We'll get to 10 years. Then we'll think about it.
It's 10 years.
Picture this. Kaitlyn Clark live on Zoom, not just with anyone, but with WNBA royalty Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. From the moment she appeared on screen, the vibe shifted. This wasn't a press release, it was a candid hangout. Forget the usual polished athlete persona. Kaitlyn was real, relatable, and ready to talk everything. From navigating her big leap into the WNBA to the rumors swirling around team dynamics to those epic battles back in college, it was all on the table. And trust me, she didn't just skim the surface. She went deep, and she did it with that spark of humor that's made her a sensation. But what exactly did she spill? And why is this interview sending shockwaves through the basketball community? Keep watching, because Kaitlyn didn't just talk, she exposed.
What was it like for you two to play against each other?
It was amazing. I've been following Kaitlyn for so long and been watching her college career just in awe. And to be on the court and, the first game was in Phoenix and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy. All the people that came out to see Kaitlyn and our teams play against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross paths with Kaitlyn, at least for a couple games. And to me, that meant a lot, Like, we've been doing this for a long time, and to see Kaitlyn do what she does is, I think someone said the other day, I'm like, I want the season to start so I can watch you again.
Remember last year when Diana Taurasi, the legend herself, issued a now infamous warning to Kaitlyn? Reality is coming, she declared, hinting at the WNBA's brutal learning curve. It was a bold statement, a veteran's perspective on the leap from college stardom to pro competition. Fast forward to this interview and the tables have turned. Kaitlyn, facing Taurasi directly, didn't just acknowledge the comment. She responded with a smirk, a nod, and a confidence that spoke volumes. It was playful, witty, but undeniably a statement. "Congrats on your retirement," she started, all smiles, then dropped the mic. "Unfortunately, reality is coming to me now." The energy? Electric. It was clear Kaitlyn wasn't just entering the WNBA, she was ready to redefine it, and Taurasi's prophecy seemed to have hilariously backfired.
What it was like to play against D.
Well, I was saying, that game in Phoenix, because we only played in Phoenix one time. And it was before Olympic break. Obviously we had All-Star there too, but it was a great game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. That was like our first like win versus a team that was above 500. So thank you.
Kaitlyn, how excited are you for this next WNBA season? New head coach and Stephanie White. You added Natasha Howard, who Sue knows really well, DeWanna Bonner, which I know really well, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, it seems like, you know, from the outside, this roster's ready to compete now, which is easy for us to say. We know there's a process to get there, but like when you see that and you see those names come in, what does that make you feel like?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously on paper we have a really good team, but you know, you only have, I mean, we start training.
How did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of control. Come on.
But here's the twist. Beneath the playful banter, a deep respect emerged. Taurasi didn't just eat her words. She showered Kaitlyn with genuine admiration. Reflecting on their first head-to-head game in Phoenix, Taurasi painted a picture of pure frenzy. It felt like the last game ever going to be played, she confessed, describing the electric crowd and the palpable hype. It wasn't just about basketball, it was about witnessing a generational shift, a legend passing the torch in real time. Taurasi admitted to being in awe of Kaitlyn's college dominance, highlighting how surreal it was to finally face the player she'd been watching from afar. This wasn't just about competition. It was about recognizing greatness, a veteran acknowledging the arrival of a true phenomenon.
Camp, I think, on the 27th, and then like we have a back-to-back of preseason games on May 3rd and May 4th. So it's like you have a very short amount of time to put that together, and 7 new pieces, and whether we carry 11 or 12, like more than half of our roster, like that's, you know, that's a hard thing within itself, but we should be pretty good. And like, I'm excited about it. I think what we needed was, you know, we added a lot more experience. Like in the playoffs, we just didn't have that. We were a young group. Even Kels, like obviously with being with the Fever during her entire career, she hasn't really had the opportunity to play in a ton of playoff games. So having that, whether it's Sydney Colson, whether it's DB, whether it's Natasha Howard, whoever it is, I think having that experience is going to be really good for us and that leadership in the locker room. So I'm excited.
And it's not just the mental game she's been leveling up, it's physical too. When asked about that viral off-season photo where her arms looked unusually jacked, Kaitlyn burst out laughing.
And there was the viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering, have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened there?
Kaitlyn, in turn, matched the respect, but with that signature competitive fire. She remembered that Phoenix game vividly, not just for the atmosphere, but for the comeback victory. We were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won, she recalled, pride ringing in her voice. That win wasn't just a statistic, it was a statement, a moment where Kaitlyn and her team stared down a legend and emerged victorious. But then, she seamlessly shifted gears, her excitement bubbling over as she talked about the Indiana Fever's revamped roster. New coach, seasoned veterans, sharp shooters. Kaitlyn knows the names, the potential, and the challenge. 7 new players, a tight training camp. She's already strategizing, problem-solving, embracing the grind. On paper, we have a really good team, she admitted, acknowledging the work ahead, but her enthusiasm was contagious. This isn't just about individual brilliance. It's about building a team, and Kaitlyn is clearly ready to lead.
So what are you doing in the off-season working on your game?
You're trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room, and it's like something like I kind of enjoy, so it's been pretty easy for me to like spend time in there and really work on that part of my game. And you know, I think the biggest thing on the court is just like that mid-range area. Like I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there, whether that's like I didn't really have any floater. I didn't like taking a mid-range jump shot. So just getting more comfortable, like when I get my feet kind of into the paint, and honestly trying to just add a floater to my game, and you know, finishing through contact and little things like that. But I think just going back to the weapons that we've added this year, like there's going to be so many different things that we're able to do that I think it'll be able to make my life a little bit easier, and it should make everybody's life a little bit easier on our team.
That level of self-awareness is rare, especially for someone who's still so early in their pro career. But Kaitlyn's already acting like a vet. "I kind of enjoy it," she said of the grind, referring to both the physical prep and the leadership.
Then came the moment everyone was waiting for, the viral photo. You know the one, the picture that made everyone do a double take, showcasing Kaitlyn's suddenly jacked arms. Asked point blank about the transformation, Kaitlyn burst out laughing, deflecting with humor about camera angles and AI trickery. But then, the truth dropped. She confessed to spending serious time in the weight room. This wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about dominance on the court. She pinpointed her focus, adding a floater, finishing through contact, owning the mid-range. This isn't maintenance, this is a takeover in progress. She's not just refining her game, she's physically transforming, building the strength to match her skill. And the best part? "I kind of enjoy it," she admitted about the grind. "This isn't just work, it's passion, and it's fueling her ascent."
Up in your grill, she'll pick you up 94 feet, but then he just always has an answer, has different people, and I think that's one of the best things about him. He has one game plan, but then he has something in his back pocket that he can go to, and that's gonna bother you again.
But it's not just the program Kaitlyn responds.
People in the fever were like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new
it's
shit's going on around there.
It's a lot. Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Well, Kaitlyn Clark's finally addressed that head-on.
Remember those whispers, those toxic rumors about the Indiana Fever locker room? Cheryl Swoops, a name that sparked controversy, had suggested team discord, players wanting out. Kaitlyn finally addressed it head-on, and her response was crystal clear. Simply not true. She dismissed the narratives as outsiders' speculation, emphasizing the tight-knit bond within the team. "Honestly, the best thing about last year is we honestly had so much fun together," she revealed. Even through losses, the team chemistry remained strong, a foundation for their turnaround. Kaitlyn wasn't just denying rumors, she was painting a picture of unity, resilience, and a team spirit that defied the negativity. This wasn't a fractured locker room, it was a sisterhood, weathering storms and emerging stronger.
That whole week was like, Indiana, they don't get along, all this. And I'm like, great. And then I'm like, this is the most together team I've ever seen.
Is that one of the hardest things for you as a pro now? Just seeing all the narratives like that one, that your team didn't get along and just having to literally ignore it, deal with it, even though you know it's not true?
She confirmed what we all knew all along. What Swoops said were simply not true.
I think it's something you kind of just become used to. It's people think they know what's going on inside of your locker room, and they just don't. At the end of the day, it's just, the girls that you have in there, and then obviously your coaching staff, and that's all that matters. And honestly, the best thing about last year is we honestly had so much fun together. Yeah, we lost our first 8 games or whatever, but we wouldn't have won if we didn't have a tight-knit circle or a good locker room. And that's the reason we kind of turned everything around, is just we needed some time. We were a young group, and we figured it out. But yeah, it was really fun, honestly.
In the third quarter, it was time to go home. So
D loves refs and technicals and ejections. Here's the time Diana got ejected and sent me this photo.
No. What are me for?
Nika Mule last year, she's probably one of the better defenders that I've faced. She's just...
Switching gears, Kaitlyn delved into her battles with UConn and the legendary Gino Auriemma. 3 matchups, each a test, each a strategic chess match. She spoke of UConn's discipline, their relentless scouting, and Auriemma's tactical brilliance. "They always had some of the best scouts against me," she admitted, a mix of frustration and respect in her tone. But then she pivoted to Paige Buckers, UConn's rising star, and the admiration was palpable. "Her poise," Kaitlyn stated immediately, That's something you need coming into the W. She praised Paige's calm, mature presence, her ability to remain unfazed under pressure. Highlighting Paige's scoring versatility and mid-range mastery, Kaitlyn even suggested Paige could be a major draw in the WNBA, capable of filling arenas. This wasn't just competitor talk, it was insightful player analysis, a rising star recognizing and celebrating another's potential, even a rival's.
She's dumb.
Yeah. I hate those side technicals. It's like, just look away. Why are you looking at me?
Act like you didn't
Just
see
go
it.
from the locker room.
Oh my gosh, you got
Got
tossed.
tossed.
Got tossed.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Dee, tell us.
Yeah,
what happened?
The segment turned into a comedic therapy session, with everyone owning up to their less than peaceful moments on the court.
I think I picked one up quick in the first quarter, which is you're always doomed when you pick up a quick one. And then I picked one up.
How smart he is.
So when you play against a Coach Auriemma coached team, what kind of beast is that?
Well, I think they just are so disciplined. Like, that's just, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna do it really well. And also, I think, like, for myself, facing his teams, like, they always had some of the best scouts against me. Like, you can tell how smart he is.
Yeah.
Like, he understands the game. He's coached against so many really good players, and you know, there were games I would go into and, like, the scouts were just like, it was just like, come on, like, why are you going under ball screens? Why are you in drop coverage? But, like, he just made it difficult. Like,
Finally, the mood lightened, the conversation veering into hilarious territory technical fouls. With Taurasi, Bird, and Clark in the mix, the banter was gold. Diana proudly recounted her ejection story, a badge of honor. Sue Bird, claiming near perfection, earned playful eye rolls. Then it was Kaitlyn's turn. I got 6, she admitted, referring to the WNBA's tech limit, then deadpanned. Half of mine weren't even for talking to refs. Slapping the stanchion, accidental eye pokes. The explanations were absurdly funny, showcasing Kaitlyn's playful side, even amidst the intensity of the game. But even in the laughter, a serious note emerged. Kaitlyn knows the optics, the leadership role she's stepping into. She promised her coach to keep the fire but stay within bounds. Yet when asked to set an over-under on her techs this season, she confidently predicted 2, while Diana and Sue, laughing, took the over. It was the perfect blend of humor and self-awareness, a glimpse into Kaitlyn's personality, both fierce and fun-loving.
I got 6 too.
I had 2 my whole career.
Hey, you
This year
got
I'm not.
too. I can see it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Sue. You're so perfect. That's good.
Okay, Kaitlyn, over under technicals.
The
next
refs
year.
love me.
I'm going 4.5. Over
Kaitlyn?
under.
Over.
Over 4.5.
Under.
I'm going over 2.
I already told.
No
I already
way.
told.
No
I already
way.
told Steph too. Nice.
2.
And it's more games.
Oh, it's
Well,
more
the
games.
thing is, look,
the odds
I
are
was
against
close-
you.
I was close to getting suspended for our last game, and, like, obviously every front office or your GM, like, tries to, like, get your technicals taken away, and they wouldn't take any of mine away. And
When you watch Paige play and you see her in the next level, what are the things that obviously she's going to take to the WNBA and it's going to translate instantly? And what are the things that, you know, it takes you a couple games to get used to?
I think her poise, like, that's something you need coming into the W. It, like, all hits you so fast. Is like, you're moving to a new city, you're trying to understand new teammates, you have a new coach, while you're trying to live up to all these expectations. And I think that's, like, one of the greatest things about her game is just her poise and her maturity, and nothing ever seems to faze her.
She can score at all 3 levels.
I think she'll honestly fit right in. So, and
Yeah,
like
so
that
Kaitlyn,
arena's fun to play in too. Like, it's a small place.
Yeah.
It's loud. You know, honestly, they should move every game to American Airlines, because I think Paige has that type of draw. Like, she'll be able to bring those type of fans in. I know we're playing there one of our games. Hopefully the other one gets moved too. We would appreciate that, Dallas Wings, if you can move the other one. But
Putting the
I
pressure
love
on.
them. I love this.
yeah,
Took my ass to the back and chilled out, and my team got the win, and we went from there. But
how
I
many
had to make.
technicals did
I
you
had
get
to-
last year?
Say that again, Kaitlyn.
How many technicals did you get last year?
So last year, I think, what's the I think the limit is 7 and you get
Seven, yeah.
suspended?
You got 6.
I got 6.
As the interview wrapped, the camaraderie was undeniable. Diana's playful jab about the All-Star game being a setup for rookies, Kaitlyn's cup-in-hand smile and "I had a great time" response. It was a full-circle moment. Legends embracing the new star, sharing stories, laughing at the chaos that makes the WNBA unforgettable. Sue and Diana wished Kaitlyn luck, but it was clear, luck isn't what she needs. Kaitlyn Clark isn't just entering the WNBA conversation, she is the conversation. Sharp, grounded, and with an undeniable edge, she's not just hype, she's the real deal. This interview proved it. The future of women's basketball? It's not just in good hands, it's in legendary hands.
You want to be like her or you want to be like me? This is your choice this year. This is your choice.
It's like the
I'll be in
angel
the
of the
middle.
devil.
I'll be in the middle. Don't worry.
In the middle. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, guys, I don't know if you saw, but this is turning into a little bit of a blowout. A little bit of a...
Oh my God.
We are going to take a look at some memories. Kaitlyn versus Dee in the All-Star game in Phoenix. As Diana likes to call it, the ultimate.
That's a setup game.
It's a setup game.
Kaitlyn, when you're on the next national team, don't play in that game. It's the ultimate setup.
It's a setup.
It's a setup.
You guys are all
None of
loose.
you guys
are all
to
loose.
smile. I was having fun.
I had a great time. I had a great time.
Yeah, look at
my
Sue.
cup in my hand. I had a great time.
She's having the best
Sue
time
was,
ever.
Sue said
Kaitlyn,
she was
thank you
rooting
so-
for the Team WNBA.
I was on that side of the court.